kind of weird how my settings got reset a little bit here. Not entirely sure what's up with that. But it's fine, because we have still got all of our stuff. And that's what matters. So, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Anyhow, yeah, we still have all the stuff. I'm gonna have another quick look for Kokoro real quick, whilst, since the stream is just starting up here, whilst we wait for the peoples to come in. Gonna have another quick look. Because I know she's here. And it would be nice to actually get that set. So of course, if we're watching this on the YouTubes, then apologies for the slightly quote-unquote boring start here, but hey, this is what happens. You guys have wanted me for a while to upload like my stream stuff, and well, sometimes I will, when it's actually something that's a bit more important. Which is not that often, but hey. Considering what we saved like right in front of here, should at least wait until we have a little bit more of a start here. Ah, she's not gonna show up, is she? Alas, it is like the one puppet that's eluded us so far. Yo! And straight in with the host as well. Thank you very much, Marissa. Yep, I don't think she's gonna show. Gonna give it another, like, 2-3 minutes maybe. And then we're just gonna move on. So just in case it wasn't, hey Beaverage, it's going pretty good, I have to say. I'm super stoked that this game has finally got its full translation. Like, the team finally finished it. It's not obviously 100% perfect, but it is damn well amazing, like how much work they put into it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure any typos and such that have come up can be easily fixed in time. And yeah, we're looking for Kokoro. Yep, this is essentially Toho Pokemon. That is the long and short of it. This is the standalone version of what used to be Ruby Sapphire. Was it Ruby Sapphire or Fire Red Leaf Green? Probably Fire Red Leaf Green, actually. ROM hacks that were basically putting Toho characters into the Pokemon world. And this is the standalone, like, logical evolution of that. I just thought I'd take another step at the very start of this, because people have asked for a while for me to upload stuff to YouTube from my stream, and I'm like, well, normally there's not much point because it's not like consequential stuff or anything, but this, like a full playthrough series here, is really great. Yeah, so like I said, I'm looking for Kokoro because Kokoro is the one puppet that I could not find yesterday. But it's not showing up here, so whatever. It was mostly just I wanted to wait a little bit until we had a couple of people in here, because this is kind of a big deal playthrough, right? Compared to a lot of the stuff I've done. And a lot of people were excited for this as well, so I wanted to wait for a couple of minutes doing it. We're not going to find her, so we're just going to move on. I mean, I wouldn't be so bothered if it wasn't for the fact that we literally saved in front of a boss fight. That's pretty much it. So, yeah. Spoilers, I guess, we're about to do a boss fight. Who do I even want to start this? Ramelia, probably. I mean, Raisin's fine as well, but... So, yeah. About that whole boss fight. Reimu kind of told us to leave well alone, right? You're at my shrine, right? Yeah, she didn't exactly remember our name. Uh-huh. You're a hindrance to me. Yeah, she's pretty much an asshole, as Reimu always is. Go ahead, I'm gonna beat you up. So in the original game, Reimu was a big brick wall fight because of when you actually played against her. In this game, she is not nearly as bad because you've actually gone through a boss fight and stuff beforehand. But she's still kind of annoying. Like, that hurt a lot. Stupid crits. Yeah, so I ain't surviving that. I do have a good resist here to the wind attacks in Alice, being the steel type. So we'll take that on just now. I kind of wanted to save Alice until later because I think she has fighting moves as well, right? Yeah, she's got strike shots, so that's gonna hurt, but not as much as I thought it would. And steel is good against wind in this game, so we'll just take her out real quick. Then Suika comes on in, who is, what, fighting Earth in her base form? So Sanai would be the best bet here. Alice would just get killed by fighting attacks, so yeah, Stone Rain doesn't do anything because of the wind typing, so we'll just hit with our good old wind attack. Hey Soulfire! Yeah, I got your message at, I'd already done the stream yesterday, so I knew, but it's fine, because it's good to actually just get that confirmation out. Speed Rose, that's actually pretty good because Reimu here probably outspeeds me normally, so getting a speed increase is nice. Not really much else to do against her here. She has Metal Needle, but I'm part water, so it's neutral. It doesn't really do much there though. She has, what, a 20% chance to raise the spread attack with this, so that's gonna kinda hurt. I don't have the greatest of switch-ins against steel, so I guess we'll just sack Sane here. Like, worst case scenario, I do have Overtake Strike with Yomu, so I can always kill with priority if I can't outspeed for whatever reason. Which I guess we'll go for now, because she's weak enough. So... So yeah, not nearly as difficult as before. Sanae is trying to be Reimu. That's the alt costume for you. I lost? Oh no! Shock face. But don't get too cocky, Star Fox. I've already made that, so I don't know why I'm quoting Star Fox so much in this, but it's like, don't get too excited. It's like, don't get too cocky, Star Fox. It's always the thing. It's do or die in this place. Yep. Well, we weren't. That's the thing. I don't care what you do otherwise. Smiley face, bye. Alright, so level 19 is when we get our next set of skills, so Alice can show us what we have here, is Confine. It's actually a pretty decent skill to have as the number 4 one here. So it's just a straight up Thunder Wave, except it's normal type. It does actually hit everything. Yeah, so it one stage of paralysis. Remember, shock is, we actually saw it from Tojiko's electrification. Shock is a double paralysis state where you, instead of you still have your speed cut by a quarter, but you also cannot avoid attacks. Like, everything has perfect accuracy against you. So you can confine twice to make that happen, but really you're just looking to do one stage here. And yeah, for anyone who doesn't actually know, I do have a command in the chat for those in Touchland. Are any confectionaries? Yes, they do. Should have sweets. Do have a thing for buying the game, because this is a commercial game. This is not something that you just like download for free. Then my puppets have my job. Well, I don't know what you. I guess your job is farming. So yeah. What's there to be sad on? Oh, you can't use the strongest anymore. Oh, you mean you can't use your Chono from the previous game? I mean, if you have the base game everything, Dorami's taken your box until you've beaten, like, post-game. You'll get it back if you've linked the file, but not until after you've beaten the game. Alright, so we do have some new puppets over here as well. We also have an item over here, which is a basic revive. It's pretty good. So we'll have Rumia. You'll get it back. I mean, wild caught, that's pretty insane. Like catching a 4 IV, that's kind of ridiculous. As what we would call a 4 IV. Slime ball, ew. Ew, gross. That's pretty ridiculous. But honestly, I don't think it matters that much in the game at the moment. I mean, obviously, will you stop critting me, please? I mean, obviously, I'm using like all S puppets here because I'm doing the New Game Plus. Hey, cool dude. Like, I've already played through this twice before, so. Then we have Mistia. Well, Reimu would have been your starter, so that's why. Again, the reason I have more is because I have my save file from already having played through the expansion, so that's why I have a team of 6 instead. But everything else that I had is still locked until I've beaten the entire game. So Remi's gonna have to swap out here. Mima needs to level up as well. Mima and Remilia are the two which are the highest cost in the team here, so. Yeah. Linking the save file gives you stuff back after you've beaten the game, which will be the same for New Game Plus. But like New Game Plus is an option if you have already beaten it before, like the expansion before. But when you go into the, if you've actually like set the stuff up properly, and you've actually beaten the base game, when you start the file, it'll tell you basically the same sort of thing as what I had in the initial bit there, where it's like, except a second playthrough, it'll be like linking the save file stuff. Same general idea though, and in that case you don't have to put your puppets in specific boxes, because it literally just takes all of the boxes that were from the first game and gives you them afterwards. Because I believe the first game had 30 boxes plus the one for the battle box, which this game only starts with 20, but then once you've beaten post-game you get the rest of them. This is the other one I was looking for. If you're actually looking for a pretty decent like general purpose puppet for competitive stuff, Tokiko is really good. Like every single one of her styles is actually good. For different reasons. They're not the fastest puppets you'll ever see, but they're still pretty powerful nonetheless. And I want to say that's in here. I think that's the last of the new stuff here. I might be wrong, but it seems like it would be. Where are you going? You can get lost easily on this linear pathway, so be careful. I'm the only successor to my father's business. Oh man. Too bad. So, when later on we're going to be coming up here, there's another offering statue there, but scenery's filled with puppets. Happy days. Yeah, so we're going to be able to go up that way later on. There's bluegrass up there, which is different encounter stuff. But that's not something we can deal with just now, obviously. Yeah, this you need the cut equivalent for. That's a future project. I don't think there's anything else up that way. There's no items to find, so we'll just keep on trucking on here and find ourselves. I know you're nearing the rest stop now, but do you have a little time? I know you're beat up and stuff, but play with me anyway. Oh man, it's Rukuto! She's a missile! Actually, no, it's Mimi that's the missile. But, you know. So she has Raid, which is Fake Out. It flinches you, but it can't be used after the first turn. That Scare doesn't actually do anything for me in this fight because it cuts spread attack in half, but she used a focus move, so that was entirely irrelevant here. Should quickly go to the rest stop. Oh, you knew? Yeah, we're not that, like, digging into this. Haven't seen any aerial down marker recently. I mean, I would probably miss it as well, but let's see, there was a puppet. I've done the reverse too. How confusing! So I have Sakabanki up there. We're gonna deal with her a little bit later. That is a fight that you can do. I'm pretty sure that is also one that you can do. We're gonna just try and get to the rest of it first and then come back and do all the rest of the trainer stuff here. Tokiko is another character that you can fight, but it's a pretty linear path up to... Yep. I still have more! Let's eat together again! I love the use of the semicolon there, actually. That is not something that you see very often in these sort of translation things. Anyway, looking for a book, not a human. Alright, so mini boss fight with book reading Yokai Tokiko, such as Mistia. Mistia is what, sound and dark, so light attacks should do pretty good. It's not stab, so that's why it's not going to kill. Encourage is Encore, so she's locked me into... carried away and can only use Light of Origin. She's locked me in for another 2 turns after this. And her own puppet, Tokiko, is just pure wind. So ideally I would use Play Ghost here, but I can't. So we'll see how much this does. Not that much, but it's okay. Oh, Changeling's kind of annoying though. Again, it's U-turn, so that is going to do quite significant damage here. Which means I think Remelia is probably the best bet here. Until I get my style changes, Dark is a pretty big weakness for the team here. Half my puppets are actually weak to Dark. Raisin does resist as well, so I do have a couple of resistances to Dark, but half the team is weak to it, which is kind of annoying. But when I get my type changing from style changes and stuff, it's going to be much better. Style change is level 30, yes, and is effectively your evolution mechanic in the game. So we get a new skill for Raisin. Oh, she's so sad! Oh, so I lost a battle and I still have no idea where my book is. Oh, she's so sad. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and that. So we got what, Pretense. So Pretense is actually conversion, but it's conversion that has priority, which is kind of interesting. Oh, and there's an item here as well. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of neat. Yeah, so if you want to just progress story-wise, then Obviously, this is the place that you go. This is Gorindo. So, next bit of the story is there. I believe... Whoa! Whoa! Cool, dude, give it... Oh, that's gonna trigger the alert for a while, isn't it? Cool, dude, giving 5 gift subs here. Yo! That's amazing, dude. Thank you very much. Yeah, so... the notifier is gonna be in for a bit here. But yo, thank you very much. Alright, so we have Renosuke here, obviously. Renosuke is pure void, I believe. I don't remember... I don't remember if he has the Yatano... I guess he doesn't have the Yatano Kagami ability right now. No, he's got Collectomania. Dude, he stole my hairpin. What an asshole. So, the, What? The ceiling failed, really? Also, Guided Missile does not have 100% accuracy, which I always found hilarious. Yeah, so Renosuke, when he style changes, has got an ability that is basically multi-scale. He takes half damage from when he's at full health. Alright, so that's going to be everything at this point for that. All of the alerts there. Thank you once again, Coded. That is absolutely amazing for all of the gift subbing there. And Antism, thank you for the hello as well. How are you doing? I don't know, I was kind of mixed up in my words for that there a set, but hello to you as well. Alright, new skill for Remelia. What have we got here? Shadow Rush, which is Faint in this game. So I could use it, but I actually kind of like the idea of having Heavy Fog here. Because of her ability, like Vanishing Act is just better right now. Don't let the shopkeeper of that shop tell you any trivia. He'll never stop talking, oh man. I'm doing pretty good. We finally got the translation for this game. And I'm still super psyched on that, so... Much. Oh no! you shouldn't eat your puppet snags. That's rude. You've still got a rice dumpling anyway. Or, jelly-filled donuts are my favorite thing. That old meme coming up. Yeah, so definitely super happy playing through this again. We can actually understand all the stuff, and I've already discovered one thing that I didn't know about before when doing this, and that is there is a heal point at the Divine Mausoleum. One of the characters there, actually, or one of the NPCs there actually heals you. I was like, what? I didn't know that, but then why would I have spoken to them? Because I couldn't understand them. Now they can't be healed. No. Exactly. Goldinger's got the idea here. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut. Oh dear. Right, so we have another weather condition possible here. As we stated before with this, calm weather will negate secondary effects of skills. It also actually extends the duration of your tailwind equivalent by 1 turn, which is pretty interesting. So... normally, Tailwind is already 1 turn longer in this game than it is in Pokemon. It lasts for 5 turns instead of 4, but you can extend it 1 further using if you use it during the calm weather, which I find pretty cool. So I don't think there's any. Again, I don't think there are any more puppets that we haven't seen here. I might be wrong. If I am, then oh well. Yeah, it's an English translation patch, but there are... oh wow, I didn't think he was gonna get... this game is different from the base game. It like follows mostly the same thing, but there are different additions and such to it. But it's the same... like, I've already played this on stream twice through, I think. Like, once when it came out, and then with the first interface patch. And then once because I was getting tired waiting for this patch, I will be honest. Just wanted to play the game again. Rip Sukuna, by the way, she just kinda died. Alright, new skills for everybody else here as well. Don't lose heart. Sounds about right. But yeah, the translation patch has finally been finished here. So I mentioned before that Mima has light and dark as potential extra secondary typings when she style changes. So Bloody Storm, Dark Attack here kind of makes sense in that context. And then Yomu got False Courage, which is Endure. So not particularly useful for her here, but some puppets do get the Endure Reversal combination. Ew. Yeah, the patch itself is completely free. As they say at the start of the thing. Oh no, Rika is here, okay. I thought she was only in the Bluegrass, but no, she is here too. Yeah, the translation itself is totally free, and as they say at the start, if you have paid for the translation, then you have been had. So yeah. Mind Trap is spikes, so we're not switching out anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but Rika is kind of interesting for that, because she's... her extra style is Aegislash, basically, just a weaker form of Aegislash. So it's kind of interesting to have an Aegislash that has spikes. It's spikes, not Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock is Stealth Trap in this game, and because Rock is not a type, it's actually Steel type. Okay, so Kagasa, we're just going to hit with Never. Never is really decent neutral coverage. That Scare is probably pretty good. Yeah, because Kogasa's a spread attacker here. If you type !TPDP in my chat just now, then you can find the links there. I made a bot command to show it. You do have to buy it from Japan. Yeah, you buy it from DL site. So I know that's a bit of a problem for some because PayPal doesn't like dealing with them and whatnot. But yeah. Why were you staring into a tree? That's all I can say. And then for those, if you're watching this on YouTube instead, because I know you can't see my chat here, if you look in the description of the video, then I also have the links there. Because I'm going to be making sure to put the official release links down and the translation patch link down in all of the videos here. Ouch. That hurt a lot. Yeah, I think that is definitely something that way. Since you've come all this, you must have a lot of puppets, right? Yeah, that's definitely a misnomer. They're for battle! Oh man. So we've had both sides of this here. We've had puppets are not tools of war, and then puppets are for battling, and battling only. You can't get this item until you have the boat, by the way. And it's really annoying to get as well, actually, because you gotta kind of go all the way around. Like, you go to here and surf across, it's kind of awkward. Where was... Did you want to fight? Yeah. The price is a puppet battle. Oh, man. Hey, she looks so adorable. always amazed at how freaking cute half of these things are. Okay, so... She actually resists... No... She's not never type in her base form, that's the assist form, so this should be fine. Yeah, she's only dart typing in her base form. One of her style changes makes her never type and never does resist illusion, but that's not the form that she's in, so... So we are good to go with our Raisin over here. Just in case you might have been wondering against a Reimu fight why I didn't put Raisin in, Reimu is Void Illusion, and Void and Illusion kind of nullify each other, so don't need any. I mean, I wouldn't say no. Wait, I need to go straight up. So, So we go back, get ourselves healed again. Sakabanki is somewhere along that bit that we can go and fight her, but I just wanna briefly heal up first. It doesn't exactly take too long, because you just speak to her and it's like, yo, get a heal. They have been a little... I mean, it was basically fine in the base game, but there were a couple of places that didn't have heals and were really annoying. They've been much better about putting heal spots on the routes for the expansion. Humans are getting lost here. Oh, she's so happy with that! She'd be more careful yokai like me! So she has a Kogasa. It's probably going to be deploy smart, right? No, warning shot. Oh, good. So I don't need to worry about my physical attack being lowered then, which is good. Oh, almost got the one shot. It's not bad. I haven't invested any stats yet, so like I haven't got any EVs put in yet. I know exactly what I want to do for basically all of them. I just haven't needed to put them in yet. But I could definitely make this easier, like easier on myself if I did put the stats in just now. I'll have to see how much power I have to put stats in actually. Oh, that pouty face. It was I who should have been careful of humans like you. And then she just turns away. How many points do I actually have? Oh, I have so many. Okay, so one thing about the expansion compared to the base game is you do, like, per fight, you get one more power point, like, per puppet that you kill, compared to the base game. Whether it's a wild one or a trainer fight. At least that's how I sort of noticed it. So, you are going to get enough very quickly here. So we can actually just reinforce the stats for everyone now. So Raisin is going to be a spread attacker when she goes into her extra style. So we are going to max out on that. Spread attack and speed. She does have the green emblem because she is a speedy character. So we're going to be dealing with that. Probably just put the last bit... probably just in HP actually, it doesn't really matter that much. Once you've committed, you can't change these without reincarnating them again, so do be careful about that. That's why you don't want to go too quickly on this stuff, but that's fine. Mima is going to be defense form. I'm thinking she's got, what, base 80 speed? So I could put a little bit into that. She's going to have pretty decent spread attack, so we're going to max that out because it's in-game. We kind of want to do that. But then we're gonna... what? If she's at that... she could probably outspeed a few things if I give a little bit of investment. So it might be worth giving like 20 points in here or something, or just over, so that she doesn't get speed tied with. And then just put the rest into HP here. Because Mima is going to be one of the main sort of tanking forces within this, this setup. So we go with that. Sanai is still going to be spread attack, is what the bar mark is for. Power Sanai has quite low speed actually, but she does have access to Tailwind and whatnot, so probably gonna buff up the speed a lot here. I don't know exactly how much I need to do for it. I haven't exactly remembered that too much. Well, let's see, if she's 75 base, then she'll have 95 speed without investment. So I probably don't need quite that much. Because what? With 30, that's 15 points given. It'll be 110, so it goes up to 20. Probably somewhere in the middle, actually. Yeah, we'll go with that, and then the rest into HP. It's a little bit of tankiness here. Alice is going to be our main physical threat here. She does have an ability that lowers the opponent's speed if they hit her with a strong move, so we're going to just max out on speed here as well. Base 100 is fairly slow, but effectively +1 base 100 is pretty good, so we'll go with that. Vermilia is pure spread attacking power. Wait, did I do the wrong one? I did the wrong one. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You need to be careful with this stuff. I did the wrong one. Give me just one sec. I'm afraid we're gonna have to cheat that. Give me just one quick sec. Because I'm not gonna redo all the fight stuff here. I'm gonna quickly go thing. There is a save editor set for this. I'm just going to thing it. Mistakes were indeed made, but it's fine. So where are we? Slot. Because I was thinking the wrong one here. So we need to put that back at that. I buffed the wrong stat. That's the whole point. Yeah, so we'll save that. And that should be right. Yeah. So I meant to buff focus because that's the attack type that Alice is going to use in extra style. And I just completely whiffed and I went the wrong one. So that's kind of, you do need to be careful about that. What I could have done instead is I hadn't saved beforehand. I could have just exited and then we'd have redone this route. But honestly, that's not an entertaining stream setup, right? So we're just gonna kind of pretend that didn't happen. Sometimes mistakes get made. That's kind of the thing here. So Remilia, pure on Spread Sweeper. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And Yomu is a spread attacking tank. Like, that's pretty much it. So she's only got base 50 speed, so there's not really any point in investing in that at all. So this one is definitely just max HP and spread attack, because she's going to be effective. She isn't going to be able to use an Assault Vest item or equivalent because they're post game, but that's essentially the type of moveset that we'd probably be looking at here. So yeah. So now, if we have a look at the stat stuff, we can see all of the investment. Yeah, I am going to be using the majority of spread base. That wasn't the intended idea, but that is just how it's worked out. It's too bad Momiji is not a playable character, because I could have used Momiji as effectively Ferrothorn instead of Yomu here, because they share the same typing. But the idea of this team was to play all playable characters from whole numbered games. So that was the restriction. I'm pretty sure that's just a joke, but it's funny the way they've done it anyway. Yeah, when you actually boot up the translation patch and such, one of the things, if you have obtained the copy illegitimately, this patch will make your computer start insulting your waifu and calling her an irrelevant character only liked by secondaries. Please preserve your waifu's integrity. We highly suggest you support the developers by obtaining the game from the Melon Books website. Unfortunately, you can't obtain it from the Melon Books website anymore, but that was not something that they knew before they put the patch out. That was only discovered afterwards. So that is why we have to use the L site now. Anyway, I think I've fought everybody here now, so we'll just keep on going at this. So yeah, we should start noticing for some of the puppets at least won't really have much of a difference right now, because they're using the other attack type in their base form. Like Raisin is using focus attack in her base form, but she's a spread attacker when you style change. So she won't really get much more powerful here, but Mima is a pretty good example of somebody who will be much more powerful now that we've invested in her stats. Also, if you want to have a look at the puppets that you have obtained from this area, there is a box that you can do that with. So we have Rumia. It's not too special here. Defense Rumia can kind of play a little bit like Krokun though, with a Rest Talk bulk up set, which is kind of cool. And Speed Root, I think it's Speed. No, it's Power Rumia is the other main style. She gained a fire typing in this game, which is kind of fun because she has a special attacking version of Hustle, which is pretty cool. Mistia, not the greatest. Like I said, Tokiko, every style of Tokiko is pretty good. in its own way. You would probably want to use the extra style for the main game, because it's the one that's got the highest attack stat. But still pretty good. And then Renosuke actually has one legit thing that I can really see it being useful for, and that is Belly Drum Extreme Speed with, again, multi-scale as its main ability. It's kind of hilarious. This is a very aggressive Rico right here. Nothing for defenses, nothing for speed, all out power. This is Aegislash if I ever saw it. Just with worse defenses. Yeah, so I don't know. That's kind of funny. Oh, you're that human child mentioned it. Yeah, we were caught out in the newspaper before we even got to the human village. Like, Jesus Christ. Shocked face. Yep, we started looking into the puppets. It is a lot of trouble, but somebody's gotta do it. I've got it. Oh man. Can't get anything for free. There's a girl named Alice who wants package delivered. Yep. So we're basically, like, we've already gone through the first major boss and the first major Reimu fight. First major rival fight, I guess, that way. And we are now getting to Oak's Parcel. It's kind of how this game goes. It's kind of funny in a way, right? Because normally this stuff is the very first thing you would see, being done. But, yeah. This is also why I didn't go into here when just going up and down the route, is because I know that the bike is after you do this. Well, are dolls and puppets the same thing, though? That's kind of the question of the day here, isn't it? Try not to get lost in the forest. Oh, we'll get lost in the forest, alright. Forest is pretty big. So yeah, now that you've talked to him, the conveniently placed roadblock is no longer there. So I really love the music of this place, but I don't like the wild battle thing. Ah! Human seal thread, go! Oh, silly fairy. So, of course, the very first puppet we come across is the rarest one out of the 4 that we get at the start here. Alice is, what, a 10% encounter rate? All the others are 30%. So we have the 3 fairies here, as you would probably expect if you know the lore stuff. So, a dark attacker is really good here, although it is a bit dangerous because light and dark are super effective against each other, but dark attacks are very powerful in this place. So, actually having Raisin, even though it's not her strongest attack at the moment, having Raisin with that, it's not terrible. But I also don't really need to use it, and the reason is because light is also weak to illusion. So, like, dark is good here, but double-edged, whereas illusion is just straight up good here. Illusion resists light, and illusion is super effective against light. So, yeah, if you have, like, Reimu or any sort of illusion-based attacker as your starter, then this place is going to be very easy. So, naturally, Raisin is going to be getting a lot of use in this place. Let's bully this kid! No, don't bully. Oh yeah, and if you've ever seen any of my old highlight stuff, as Tilda's just put in the chat, may I quote the old thing, go left from the tree. That somebody was trying to give me directions even though I didn't really need them in the past. And that was the direction, go left from the tree. And it was like, it's a freaking forest, what tree are we talking about here? Frost Edge. That has a high crit rate, doesn't it? I guess it doesn't really matter here. So we can just beat up all the fairies here. Ah, I've been bullied. Well, you're the one who started it. That's all I can say. So there are some items to pick up here as well. but mostly we'll be looking at just taking all the pathways eventually. There are a lot of extras in this place that you have to come back for later. Mostly with the boat, but I guess I can't really win against strong people. Yeah, mostly with the boat, but you do have to come back here later on to get a lot of skill cards and such. It's not too hard to just navigate one main route through this place, if you're looking just to get to the end. But honestly, it just depends on what you're really looking for here. If you want to get all the items, then you're going to have to spend a while in this place. Paralyzing Wave, oh no! Ew! It's basically Thunder Wave. Like, literally Thunder Wave, because it's electric type too. And she uses it again, so we're going to get shock status here. So, my gripe about Shock is that most of the moves that you're going to use are 100% accurate anyway. A lot of the ones that you would see otherwise, like Inferno or the Fire Blast equivalent and stuff, they're not great most of the time because they run out too quickly. But if you end up using... If you use the status condition to make your moves not miss, well, you don't have any slots left to inflict status conditions anymore. So it's just not as good, you know? Anyway, yeah, Illusion is going to do very, very good against like, all of the puppets here, so... We'll be using this move a lot. We'll probably be refreshing this move at some point as well if it runs out of SP. But like, this would be kind of crazy in Pokemon, right? No, you idiot. Did my ability perhaps wear out? Alice, wait a second, oh no! She found an Alice puppet and I guess it ran away. Alright, so we find Star as well. So we've got all the puppets out of here now, which is good. There are more puppets later on in the forest, but we can't get them in this first trip. So yeah, Star is actually a focus attacker, which is kind of interesting. I think her defense form can kind of use either, but it's very weak anyway. But her power form is actually very good. It's like water and light with adaptability, and it can get 120 base power moves as well. It's actually very, very strong. I think I used it in my very first playthrough actually as a base game. My favorite thing is a challenge. Alright, well. I got a surprise for you then. So yeah, I don't know, she's definitely one to consider, because having only 80 cost as well, she's gonna level up very quickly. She's very, very slow though, so you'll probably need to have Overray for priority as well. But then again, that's like double stat priority, so 80 base power instead of the usual 40 is pretty good given 120 base attack. It's not weak in the slightest. Which puppet is a favorite? It has to be Alice at this point. But we're not using Alice here, so... Seen Cherno! Oh man. Cherno hasn't visited the forest in a while, huh? It's the Liberation Front stuff. Because we have to have our Team Rocket in all the places. So we do have Cherno over here, not really going to matter too much. Or she just gets melted, that works too. Even though I joined the Liberation Front, I have nothing to do. Huh? So we get an Opal Hairpin. Opal Hairpin increases the power of light attacks, so... it's actually something which Alice will do quite well with. So we'll do that, and then her charm, which was the Lumberry, can go on to you instead. So even though this is blue grass here, this isn't actually a different encounter set. I don't even know why this grass is blue compared to the other stuff, because it kind of gives off the wrong first impression here. Because later on in the game, like I mentioned when we first saw it in the distance of the last route, if the grass is blue, then it actually has a different set of encounters compared to the regular bit. But in this particular area, it's like that grass is blue and it doesn't have any differences. So why is it blue? I don't know. It's like, as much as I like the game, there are some things that it definitely does wrong, and it's important to call out that sort of thing when you see it. So I think there was, yeah, this is just a return path at this point. Yep, it might have just been coloured by mistake. That is entirely right. It could have just been coloured that way because of being part of a different sub-area, and then it just never got changed back. Ironically, it seems the puppets in that grass are weaker than the ones in the other grass here, so it's even kind of funny in that sense. Right, because these ones are like 14 to 16, the ones that we saw in that grass were like level 10 and 12. So it's pretty weird that you go deeper in and the puppets in the wild get weaker. Fairies are just allergic to the color blue. Sounds about right. Okay, so we have encountered a fence at the very least. That's different, right? You fight me. Okay, don't fight me then. Oh, that seems nicer than I would have expected from Alice. Okay, maybe I just have a wrong impression of Alice's like demeanor, but. Gotcha! That sounds a lot nicer than what I would expect. But then again, the main thing that I see from Alice is that one like perfect cherry blossom encounter, right? Which you know, that's the first time that I had any sort of no opening. You saw mine? That sucks. Ah dear. Okay, so we get ourselves a super potion. So then we have a little extra bit here for an item. The obsidian hairpin, which I believe is going to go on Remelia here. Because if I remember this one right, obsidian, yeah, is dark skills. So definitely worth it for Remelia here. I'm pretty sure these are 20% buffs. We'd probably have to check that, because I don't think we ever did. But am I aiming to become a yokai? Not really. But I'm pretty sure they are 20% buffs to your damage output. I mean, fairies can be nice, right? I mean, these ones are pretty easy to beat because I have super effective coverage, but they can be nice. Since these girls only need one rest after getting beat, aren't they basic? So puppets are now fairies. Okay. That... No, that totally makes sense, right? Also, again, this is kind of the weird balance I mentioned in the last part. We got the Lumberry before we get the Pechaberry. Because that's what the antidote charm obviously is. It cures poisoning when you get hit by it in battle. So, why? Like, why did we get it that way around? It doesn't really make any sense. Hey, there's a fence there. Okay. I should probably actually go back down and go to the house, but... Meh! I don't care. I do what I want. So we have Lily over here, who is actually void type, so weak to dark. So we'll use that instead of light here. Or instead of illusion. Ah, I see. Okay, so I guess it is a canon thing. Fair enough. I would not have associated Alice with that specifically, but... And now I've lost my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely the way back, but I'm pretty sure there's an item or two over here as well, so... Yeah, as I think I've stated in the past, I know nothing about the literary works, so that's why I wouldn't know stuff like that. I feel like I'm just going around in a circle here. I'm gonna end up with this. It's more just like going on the pathways in between to try and get all of the items that I can. Please don't start dropping on me. I don't know what is going on with my internet there. Give me a minute. This is why, by the way, I don't necessarily put all of my stuff on YouTube, because this happens annoyingly often. Yeah, because it's just gone down to like 5. No, it's basically gone down to nothing. Give it a sec. It's gonna catch up again. I don't know why it does this. It's weird. This is one of those cases where I did spot it eventually, but this is one of those cases where it was like stable, then it went down to like 5 kilobits a second. It actually went down to 0 at one point there, and then immediately just bounced straight back after it got down to the base bit there, and now it looks like it's completely stable again. So I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, that... For those, unfortunately, it's gonna have to be part of it. But this, that is the nature of streaming, I suppose. So, unfortunately, we're gonna be marring that. Nature, emerald is... Wait, is emerald for... Emerald is for nature, right? Yeah. It's jade that is for wind. Yeah, it might have just been something like that, really. That it just, an intermittent error. I keep getting mistaken for a puppet. Man. Watch my thread handling skills! Ha! I'm tangled up now! Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Yeah, so if you want to go back to the start, you go that way. But I think there's an item down here that I can still get. Well, there's a fight I can have. Look, it's my intelligent fairy puppet. Oh god, is she gonna use the Chono? She's gonna use the Chono, isn't she? Okay, well, not initially at least. No, she is not using mine, okay. Also, I didn't mention it at the start there, but that was Fairy Tail. Just saying. Even puppets are learning techniques that she doesn't remember. Wait, is there really nothing down here? So, this is still one of my gripes with this game, is that you still often get these pathways that don't really reward you with anything, and it just feels kind of bad. I don't know. Like, even if it was just a potion or something there, it would have been at least something, right? But you got like a fight that you didn't really need, and then it just like there's just nothing there, and it's kind of disappointing. It's like, well, what did I need to do that fight for, you know? Yeah, or even just a mushroom that you could sell for like 200 or so, or whatever, you know? The base game was very bad for that. There were a lot of points in the base game that just didn't reward you ever. Blazing Hell is a very, very good example of that, where there are so many pathways, and you get rewarded for very few of them. But that's just the nature of it, sometimes, you know? I forget if there's anything over here. Was this a bit that I already went to before? Probably. I know Alice's house is just above where I literally just was. Okay, so this is just to get over to the water again for surfing. But yeah, Alice's house is just there. I'm trying to just briefly look and see, is there anything... Yeah, there's a plain doll outside a house. The plain doll is the Poké Doll, or Fluffy Tail, depending on which generation you're playing in. Why, hello there. Awkward. Here to bring the pack. She's like, wait. No! I've been waiting for this. Well, I mean, it would help if you kind of went out of the forest once in a bit. Yeah, negative possibility space is the best term for it. Extra credits actually introduced me to that concept, and ever since that, it's like, well, yeah, it's crazy thinking about, oh, so that's why I've been so disappointed in a lot of the stuff with that, you know. Negative possibility space being basically holes in the game, right? Where, you know, it's especially bad in, say, platformers, where you do this really, really cool, massively complicated thing that there's no way the developers have ever like intend for this to happen, right? Or there can't be anything up here, right? And then, like, if there actually is something up there, you go, oh man, they thought about this, it's amazing. I think Mario Odyssey does a really good job of filling a lot of those gaps, right? Because even if there's nothing particularly big up there, or even anything at all, a lot of the times when you do some crazy jump thing that you would think, oh, there's no way the developers expected this sequence break. Like, Cappy will go, hey, look, great jump, or something like that, you know. It's like, wow, they really did think about that. Yep. So you say. Oh, Alice is sad. Oh, it's okay, Alice. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, and all the coin stacks too. So that's one like great example of getting rid of negative possibility space. Why are you frowny facing there when there's nothing to say? Oh, okay. Puppets are moving by a magical power. So here is where we get knowledge that STM is where we need to go eventually. So that is, there's also a I love how happy she is with this one. It's like, oh, by the way, there's a vampire there. Try not to get eaten. God damn it, Alice. Yeah, you can go in. That's a lot of dolls. We're not able to read that. So you can rest there as well if you want. And then she's back out. Apparently cooking, I guess? I don't know what. I guess that's what she'd be doing, right? So, yeah. It's effectively now just go back along the same path. We're gonna take that round trip again. I should have really just done the Alice bit the first time through for efficiency's sake, but who cares about that, right? Pretty sure there weren't any other pathways to take in this bit. Not necessarily, Si. I don't think it's that bad to go in with pre-prep teams. Anywho, once we're done with that, we go ahead and we can get the bicycle from Renosuke here. This task was accomplished thanks to the allure of the bike. Scarlet Devil Mansion. Yep. Yes, indeed. Already like the tree cutter. Oh man. So yeah, we need to now go to Ante so we can get the tree cutter doll to go up to the STM. Yep. Fair enough. She's well informed about that area. Alright. Let's go. And now we get to one of the cuter things here when you go on the bike. It's not like Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver where you put the Pokemon away, the puppet rides with you on the bike. It even bobs its head along as well when you do your motion. It even bobs as well. So I will admit, like, the work they've done with that stuff is absolutely adorable in this game. It really is. But of course the bike is much quicker than just running here, so we're able to get back incredibly quickly at this point. Also we can go here now if we want as well. You can hold the B button down to slow the bike, so it's pretty fun. Draper, costumes are now available. Oh, hi Sumereko. Yep, they only sell costumes for puppets here. Oh, that's unfortunate, but yep. So yeah, because we've now spoken to Alice, we can get costume stuff. Costumes that cost 3,000 yen each, but we don't. I mean, Alice is not a human. Just putting that out there. Yeah, because of that, they cost like 3,000 each, but because we did a new game plus, we already have all the costumes that I'd be using anyway, so... Can you... Yeah, we can actually read it now, so... And the exclamation mark is, this is a new book. So... So I left the village, I was told off by the Harakiri Shrine. See, okay, I actually do not understand where this is going here, because the first one was very clearly our first part here. These books seem to effectively be a diary of our adventure. But... Yes! Apparently when there's an incident, she's kind of a jerk, just as everyone says. Yes! No, this time a doll-controlling magician. So this is probably a waste, dang, okay. Yep, Scarlet Devil Mansion. The only problem is this 30cm tall impassable shrub. God damn it, self-aware. I even tried burning it to no avail. Oh dear, maybe the author was involved in an incident. Yeah, Reimu is pretty scary. Oh, sad Kozuzu. Uh-huh. Dang. Oh my god, seriously. It is a diary of the adventure, which is what is weirding me out a little bit here. That's not what I expected the Yoma books to be. Right, so where was the... I always get lost in this place for some reason. The school is here, right? Yeah. But... oh no! Kiyone is missing! Oh. These guys aren't going to tell me anything about where she is. Save linking should be automatic, if you have... so it's kind... how best to describe it? I mean... If your install file or install thing is the same, it should be automatic. But if it's not doing it automatically, then I would actually DM
not DM, but like Ping, Grash, or Shane, or even basically anybody in the Discord should be able to help that way. Like Tild could help as well, I imagine. It's a bit too much for me to sort of go into whilst I'm talking over this, so... How about relying on Courtney for this? Because apparently we're just a problem solver now. Oh, you're that puppeteer, yeah. Well, alright then. Something troublesome is happening in Ante, yeah. What other matters would that be? I mean, sure. And that's the thing, isn't it? We've got that carrot on the stick thing over this right now, isn't it? Fixing this little problem will put you one step closer to the bigger issue that you're trying to solve, right? Sure. Yes! Yes, you'll stand in for me, so I don't have to do anything anymore. Heck yeah! Ante is located within there. Yep, so southwest is where we're going this time. So again, this was one whole route before, but now it's separated into distinct Route 3 and Route 4, which still catches me out sometimes. But yeah, we can now go this way, right? I suggest you... What? You got permission from... Yep. Exactly. So now we have a new route entirely. You need to surf to get an item at the top there, if I remember rightly. And we don't have to use Raisin at the moment, because she is not the main one. We're going to use... Yeah, I haven't used Yomu fully yet, so we'll put Yomu out here. Sure. So Kurumi is, I believe, pure dark, so Overtake Strike will be good. Hopefully, yeah, that does just take out. Because of her being dark type, she'd hit me super effective on my Never typing, so good job we do just take her out here. Oh, that's the other thing, yeah, the forums will have a guide for it too. Like, it shouldn't be that difficult, but it's just like, troubleshooting it on stream would not really be... Wow, human, where you going? Hey, where you going? Right? That's how fairies always act. So, Ellie, one of the most busted puppets in the base game, got totally gutted in the expansion. Like, she's still okay, but the new type completely destroyed her. So, Ellie is Steel and Wind, which is going to be fine for Never. It doesn't really matter too much. But Steel and Wind are both types that the new Warped typing absolutely destroys. And that is obviously a really big problem for her, because she doesn't really have any coverage that she can use against it. Like, the best that she has is Gigantic, which is a spread attack, it's Focus Blast basically, just with 15% more accuracy. So I guess it's kind of just a fighting type Fire Blast at this point. And that does not jive at all with her offensive attack type. So she can still put in work, but you basically need to get rid of all of the warped types on the opponent's side of the field first. So very, very big problem for her compared to the base game, where she was honestly one of the best puppets. It was like the Holy Trinity, I mean, not in the same team obviously, but basically the Holy Trinity was Speed Oku, Ellie, and Power Aya were effectively like the three best puppets in the game. It's kind of funny how Utsuho was actually the best one, considering that fighting type is weak against wind, which was such a ridiculous type in the first game. Yeah, so Kurumi is here as well, and I'm definitely sure that Mamizo is here I'm pretty sure she was... Oh, really? The seal's gonna fail. Oh, she's poison type too. Okay, but I'm steel, so doesn't get affected by that. Oh, so is she just like pure poison? No, she got hit super affected by the steel. So she might be dark poison then in her base form? I know one of her styles is dark poison, but I thought she was just pure dark. I mean, it'd be fine if she was just pure dark and just learn poison stuff here. That's also pretty reasonable. Anyway, should probably move on to future grass stuff because there will be items to find and everything as well. Should I use my newly captured one? It's alright with you. Alright, sure, let's go. I've been told the translation might be a little bit weird in that area. So that's possible. Oh, you stole my charm, how dare you? So yeah, Kotahime is one we've already caught. Just like in Pokemon, you can see... I know this is a trainer one, but just like in Pokemon, you can see if you've already caught the puppet by the diamond that's next to their name, and that actually shows up in the wild and trainer fights. So it's kind of neat. So we're getting close to the level 24 where we'll have our last move learned for normal style. I opened my eyes to a single match. Oh man, did you light it on fire? Yuka. Yuka is nature and electric in her base form, so it's weak to steel. Because electric doesn't resist steel in puppets, so that's kind of fine, I guess. Blow from Calamity is your facade equivalent, actually, which is pretty cool. And Yuka's very physically tanky, and it doesn't help the Overtake Strike is pretty weak in base power. Yomu honestly isn't that great of a puppet in her base style. Because she just doesn't get a whole lot, right? She's had 2 attack moves. Same with Raisin. Raisin is also pretty poor in her base style because she gets like a lot of quirky setup moves. I got you! Dun, da, da, da. It's a Rumia. Rumia is Overtake Strike fodder. Yeah, the problem is Yomu's not strong enough to kill her in one hit. So, being a Nether type in her base form, she's going to get wrecked by the dark attacks here. So I'm actually going to have to switch out even though I have the advantage because I'm not going to kill it in one hit. So we'll go Raisin here. Raisin's a pretty good resist. Probably should have gone with Vermilion actually to get more experience there, considering the higher cost, but whatever. Chaos Induction is pretty good. I don't think I'm going to kill this in one hit because I'm not invested into my physical attack. So 50% chance for it not to move, to confuse to move. Yeah, Confusion is just as annoying as it was in Gen 6. You just don't kill yourself with it here. So Swagger is fortunately not a thing in this game because of that. Sorry. Oh dear. So we had a new skill here. Saint Elmo's Fire. Really good skill in competitive. Not so good in game, although it does get good for the final fights. But yeah. Also, we have like 999. Oh, that might have been a byproduct of the save edit for Alice. If it is, I apologize, but honestly, we've already done all of our EV raising, so power is basically pointless at this point. Like, the most expensive skills that you have to learn are about 31, 32 power points, so we had enough anyway. And even then, actually, now that I look at it, not everybody has got that there. Like, these are still 950? So... And I didn't actually... Yeah, it's kind of weird, to be honest, so I don't know. It might have just been a thing with the whole... when I had to redo Alice's spread, that it might have just given me that in the edit. But again, we already had enough points to do all the EV raising, so it's like completely inconsequential. There's a puppet in here. This one is actually pretty good because it's Notori. So, Notori is electric type though, so I'm gonna have to put Alice in here. Because, well, no, actually she's water steel in her base form, right? Yeah, resourcefulness is recycle. It's the main thing there. But yeah, she gets water electric in her speed form. Water steel in her base, I think. So I'm gonna have to get some more seal threads when I'm in the next rest stop as well. There is a rest stop before the bamboo forest though, so we'll be able to get one there. Okay, so being a water type, steel and light are actually both resisted. So this was kind of a terrible switch in, but oh well. I was kind of thinking she was electric type for some reason. So maybe I should have been damaging first before using the seal here. Because the seal might wear off if I'm really unlucky here. No, okay. So yeah, Nitra is one that you don't get until much later on in the game when you play normally. So having her here in the expansion is really good. Okay, Sager, poison type, good against my water typing, but very bad against my wind typing, so we'll be able to take her out pretty easily. Because Sanai is one that actually is significantly stronger, is why I haven't really used Sanai too much since doing the EV training, basically, because Sanai does get significantly stronger because of the max investment into spread attack here. This result isn't a reflection though. Like, she is much more powerful right now than she would have been otherwise. We get an item over here. Kurumi. So yeah, I would still be looking for Mamizo on this route. Because I am pretty sure she shows up here. I mean, maybe she showed up on the one with Nue and such before, but there was a lot of puppets on that route anyway. I want to say she is Ointment Charm. Ointment Charm is the burn heal, or the Rostberry, I suppose. Yeah, that's the main comment I've had at the moment, Sai, is that Sanai looks like Reimu. Because I like the alt color. I don't like her alt costume because it's it is basically schoolgirl stuff, and I'm like, doesn't look as good as her normal stuff. There she is. Alright. So I was right, Mamizo does show up here. She is Nature Illusion in her base form. So that'll do neutral damage because wind resists but water is weak. And then Illusion Bullets will do neutral because neither type interacts with that. And she resists water, so we're going to have to go with wind here. But I should... Oh, one shot with a crit. Okay, might have just two shot. Have every doll used their actual theme? I mean... You can just use the basic outfits, there's not a problem with that. You know? I just like having a little bit of... Oh, music-wise? Well, I don't know how you would do that, but okay. So Kagura is here, you can fight her, it's optional actually, because she doesn't just fight you automatically. No, you may be tired, but would you care for a battle? No! Let me rest, damn it! Alright, so we got Yomu. Yomu is good against my wind typing, but not good against a water typing, so she'll do neutral damage with Overtake Strike here. And we can hit with Bubbles! And again, Sanai is very, very powerful right now because she has the investment and she also has the mark increase in that as well, so it's like an extra 10% powerful here. Yo! DT! Yeah, Personmon! Pretty much. You should have a... Man, don't you look tired? Yeah, for some reason I read that as you don't look tired at all, but you know. Yeah, go over to the rest stop right away. Roger that. In we go. So, there we go. Looks exactly like the Hoenn overworld. People have told me this looks like Ruby Sapphire, actually. You're not the first one who mentions that, so that's kind of cool. Okay, so we can actually get the first couple of skill cards here. They are fairly pointless. This is barrier option we have seen is substitute. Actually, magic barrier, not barrier option, is what they've referred to otherwise. Maybe this is a holdover from the previous translation. Because I think it was barrier option in the very first translation. Somebody might have just missed this. Yeah, that should be correct, Azure. If she's stolen your puppet box for now, then you should be fine. Anyway, Unconscious Mind is Sleep Talk. Field Protect as Reflect. I think Field Barrier is Light Screen. Might be the other way around, I don't remember off the top of my head, but basically they are Light Screen Reflect. Lucky Rainbow is Safeguard, and Continue is Rest. So these we'll be buying later. Obviously I don't have that much to actually spend on at the moment. Repel's definitely something that's worth getting here. And then we want Contract Threads at this point, not Seal Threads. Because I'm starting to get a little bit too sort of antsy on my threads failing on me. Because this game is a little bit weird when it comes to actually catching stuff. Yeah, so we've been getting sale material for a while. I actually didn't show any of what Renosuke sells at this point, but he sells some interesting items, shall we say, that can definitely change things here. So right next to a village, yeah, I suppose we are. Managed to escape somehow. That would be Tay, right? That would have taken him out. Oh, Tea is best for healing, stuff like that. Alright. From there, can heal puppets. Yeah. And I'll lead it too, because we can. Okay. So, grab this. It's another 50% heal. You have anything to say? It's a dead end up ahead. Oh, well, I guess we'll go with that. There's another one of the statues we'll have to deal with later on. But it's hard. Uh-huh. Oh, the Sager is sleeping. Good job. Yeah, so I don't think there are any other puppets here that I have yet to catch. But there are... I think there's definitely another item on the left-hand side, and then there is the Kagura fight to do as well. So... we shall have to take that on real quick. You gonna fight? No. Where am I? You're on Route 4, just outside Bamboo Forest. You guys wanna fight? Yep. Look at my baby! Isn't she so fluffy? Oh man. Oh, to be fair, she is pretty fluffy. Look at that tail! You cannot tell me that is not a fluffy tail. That is a damn fluffy tail. So yeah, two-shot territory at the moment because Marizo is relatively bulky. We do have a new skill for Alice, so I'm going to hold out to more peeps. This lady visits the internet. As, many different outlets. Yeah, well. Oh man. This is why we wanted a translation here. Yeah, so of course if one's got Marmizo, the other one's got Nue. They are kind of friends with each other. Oh, her electric typing though. I'm gonna... Because I don't trust myself one-shotting her with the foam bubbles, I definitely want to switch out on that electric attack. Because I would be hit 4 times super effective for that, so nope. Although now I'm in. She has illusion as well, right? But I'm neutral to illusion because of my steel typing, so we're fine. Yeah, because steel is resistant to illusion, light is weak to it, so we have that middling damage, which is fine. We got a new skill. I might as well wait for Yomu's at this point as well. Sure is a joy. Yep, I know how that feels. Right, so item. Liberation Front. Okay, I guess there is that, but item though? Kinda want the item first. Then I'll fight them, because I can. Do I need to? Heck no, but I want to. Okay, so we do get a first actual skill card here as well. So, the initial 80 or so skill cards are the same as the original game. And they were separated into... Well, then, okay, one of them is different. Dancing Rain has been replaced with Detonation Burst, which is usually better. But you do have, like, the first 39 or so are focus attacks, and then the spread attacks take up the next, up until, like, mid-60s or something. And then it's status skills up until 80. And then the new ones are kind of separated the same way, but they aren't like integrated in, so like skill card 81 is a focus attack, etc. Alright, fight me! We will liberate your mind! Oh man! So Puppet Liberation Front is essentially the Team Rocket of this game, and they're pretty adorable at their being like bad at their stuff. Alright. Not too bad at this though. Oh wow, she survived that though. How'd you live that? I mean, Dai is actually pretty good at spread defense though. Like her defense form is actually good at that, so... Yeah, I mean technically they kind of work like Plasma. Yep, extra Komachi can have Drunkard because she is like Durant in that way, where she can make the opponent have that ability as well. She basically is Durant in that sense, in trainment and whatnot. It's pretty funny. Alright, so what skill did you get? You got Reversal Sword, which is a little bit better than what you had before. So, again, another focus skill with her being the spread attacker in her next style. But that's okay, we'll fix that later. You get Destruction, which is kind of silly, but whatever. It's another attack that we can use at the moment. Decent enough. And then Dancing Wind is Silver Wind, I guess, but as a flying attack. Pretty sure there's not a flying equivalent of Silver Wind in Pokemon, but it's the same idea, where you have a chance to raise all of your stats here. I don't think I'm going to need Veil of Water. Like, it's cute because it has mist with damage, but I've literally never used it, so... Also, kind of a note, Dancing Wind there actually has a 20%... not 20%, it has like a base... what am I trying to say? It has a base power... SP of 10 instead of 5. This place is nice! Let's make a new base here! See, this is how coordinated the Puppet Liberation Front is. Okay, so Nazarin's actually too much of a problem for Amelia here. She is 4 times weak to steel. Nazarin is, unfortunately, very good at using steel attacks. So I kind of need to switch out of that. Yeah, Hammer Throw is like 70 base power or something, so that would have one-shot. Definitely with a crit, I would have been killed in one hit. She is an Earth type as well though, so Bubbles will take her out here. Because, as Kib would say, freaking Bubbles! And Kyoko's Sound type is weak to wind, so Sanai is pretty good in this fight. There we go. Ouch. So they say, yep, sorry, all areas are our turf. You can't have it. Alright, fight me! This is my territory, Nyan! Meow! Sayaka. Isn't Sayaka one of the characters in, like, Madoka? Right? Oh dear. So, raid, fake out, gonna flinch here, but it's not really gonna do much of anything. Yeah, so Amelia also pretty strong. Not good against Nazrins though. Yeah, rather commonly used, so fair enough. Fair enough. Raisin's not gonna do that much. I mean Sane would be fine as well, but I'm gonna put Mimo in here. Mimo's being unreasonable. So, like, looking at this team in the future, there are going to be a couple of holes. Like, again, physical attacking is not something this team does. Physical... I'm actually not a cat, I'm a wolf. Then why did you meow? Excuse me, but wolves don't meow. Please. So this is your return trip if you want. But we're not going to bother with that right now, because we don't need to. So just get a quick heal. We have Kagero to battle here as well. And then we can move on to the forest, where there will be new puppets to catch. This portrait's kind of cool, to be honest. I hate taking challenges when it isn't a full moon since I'm weaker, but I have to accept, because apparently that's how Gensokyo works. But yeah, honestly, Kagero's portrait here is pretty great. So she is going to use the early game Toho 14 crowd, so Wakasagi here is our first bet. Gonna hit with the baubles! That actually hurt a bit more than I wanted it to. Okay. So we're gonna put Fog on down, so we can actually maybe avoid an attack here, but we're gonna strengthen our Dark attack, pretty much. But I think Sakabanki is going to be the next one out, yeah, and she's actually Dart typing anyhow. So, yeah, we're going to basically go for the evasion on our ability here. Oh, that does nothing, okay. That's not good. Live by one, okay. Yeah, let's switch out of that then. I don't really have anything good to switch into, so I guess I'll just put Alice in, because Light does resist Never, so we'll be able to resist that attack. And then the Fog goes away, so my Light power, my Light damage goes back to normal. Although I could have just used Steel instead, so that wasn't really necessary. And then Kagero will send out herself. I love the design on this character. I don't know. Like, I don't like Toho 14 as a whole, but I like this character a lot. Level 21 is also a little bit more serious than a lot of the stuff we've been dealing with, but she is Dark and Wind, same as my Remelia right now, so she's 4 times weak to Steel. So that's why she kind of just casually gets read by that. Rematch on the night of a full moon? I mean, could do. I hate that. Yeah, so she gets Shaggy on full moons because she's a werewolf. Oh. So it's like, I don't like fighting outside of the full moon because I'm weaker, but I don't want to fight on the full moon because I don't want people to see me in that because I really love my hair, basically. That is actually the sort of canon reason, is that she's very proud of her hair and it gets shaggy when she transforms in the night. That is literally it. So that shows anything about motivations of stuff here. Anyway, I love the music for this place. It is absolutely phenomenal. Bunny! Owl! Huh? Hente? Yep. Taking Kyone's place? Yep. Uh-huh. Please hurry along. Oh no! Sure. Well, why can't we go this way? Boop. Oh my god! Oh dear. I might throw you a carrot. Oh dear. So Tay is pure void type with, at least I believe, yeah, her base form is pure void, so should be weak against this, right? Tiger Rush is quick attack. Not going to do a whole bunch of damage here. Yep, so pure void is weak to dark and only dark. So Mima's wide coverage here is going to be pretty good. Remelia would be pretty good in this place too, but Raisin is illusion type, as we know, and that is a little bit more dangerous to deal with Remelia. But now we have a new skill for Mima as well. It's the number of bamboo shoots! That's the clue. Alright, so we do have 2 final skills to look at here. Soul Eater, which is your ominous wind equivalent in Pokemon. Like that's actually what it is for that. Again, pretty decent skill. And then Remelia actually gets a very powerful skill that unfortunately is not going to be that great when she style changes because it's a focus move. But 75 base power on a normal puppet skill, very, very strong. Like, shockingly strong, actually. So she has a really good stab move for now. Alright, so compared to the base game, this place has been greatly shortened from where it was, what it was before, which is obviously a good thing, because man did this place drag on before. But it means I forget where the alternative exits are in the maze here, so I'm probably going to forget half of what I'm supposed to do for that, but that's fine. So we just start sealing out the puppets here. So we get Kagero, which we fought pretty recently. So she is weak to light because she is dark type. So that's fine. So then of course we've got Tay here as well. Raisin is over here. But we don't need Raisin obviously because we started with one. But this would be where we would encounter that. Also Moko! Rare encounter in the main part of the forest. Very nice to see early. Moko would have been one that I would have enjoyed running, actually. Like Speed Moko. Very cool character for the game here. Yeah, Soul Eater is actually a little bit weaker in terms of base power, so we'll just use that there. So then the other one we need to find in this bit is Tay, who normally is pretty common, so should be able to find her fairly quickly, I imagine. At least that's the hope. There are other patches of grass I can go into later. There she is. Other patches of grass I can find her in later, but since I'm here, I might as well just get it now. Yeah, so she has Quick Eye, which is a really good ability here, actually. It's Frisk in Pokemon, but unlike the Pokemon version, it actually identifies the ability of the opponent as well as the item. And considering basically every puppet has like 2 different abilities, it's really good to be able to determine which one you're actually up against. So I'm definitely in favor of having a skill like that involved in my team stuff. And Assiste like keeps that skill, and also has a lot of like, she has Stealth Rock, basically Stealth Trap even, and Bind Trap, which is also really good for stuff here, because that is get out. It's the sticky web equivalent in the game. So that's a lot of utility to have there. Also Saren, a different bunny, still a void type though. So I should lower my spread attack, but being weak to my move, I don't think it's gonna matter. Mima is also really good right now for her firepower, because oh no, it did matter. Okay, interesting. Just, I guess it's not stabs, so that's probably why. But oh well, doesn't matter. Then Ringo is nature, so we should just be able to deal with it with this. One of her her defense style is nature light. She goes nature illusion in her power style, and nature dark, I believe, in her extra style. Her extra style is terrible though, don't use it. Because it's basically glalie in like all senses of the word. As in, it's supposed to be a moody spammer as well. So, the one hint that we got for this place was the number of bamboo shoots, and I did not understand that the first time I played through this. But if you actually look, it's like, there's no bamboo shoots in this area. Bamboo can grow anyway. Yeah, exactly. There's no bamboo in this bit. So it's like, how am I supposed to know where to go? So we got Raisin over here. I do resist illusion, but I don't resist dark. Obviously, I'm weak to dark, so she'll probably hit me for a little bit of damage here. But it's also not a stab attack, so I don't expect this is going to do too much. Yeah, only 12. Not really anything to be super worried about. So we'll just take her out from here. I wonder who took all the bamboo shoots, huh? So it's kind of a weird little bit with that. I think if I go that way, is it gonna? Yeah, it puts me back at the. Oh no! Oh, that's how you tell. Okay. I should probably explain what actually happened there. So, of course, this is a Lost Woods type area, and if you pick wrong, you go back to the very start. This is actually Moko's house. It's kind of interesting to come across that, but I couldn't remember where this was in the shortened version of this, so that's why I'm like, oh, that's a surprise coming up here so early. I guess there's nothing really here at the moment though. You can come back after doing the Aente stuff and you fight Moko here. But yeah, effectively what it is you count the number of bamboo shoots, like the little spiky stubs, and you treat the pathways as a clock face, and you basically follow that. So if you have 3 of them at the start, you go to the right. The 6 of them in the next room, you go down, because that's 6 o'clock. So I actually just counted these, and I was like, I wonder if that does anything here. And yes, so there's 9 of them here, 9 bamboo stalks. So I went west, and that led to Moko. But yeah, this one is kind of dumb actually, because you gotta just guess this, but it's go back up. I feel I received good fortune by having this taper. I don't know about that. So yeah, that one's kind of annoying because there's no thing for it. In the base game, I believe there were chutes in every single room, so yeah, it's kind of silly. There's little difference between good. I don't know about that. Okay, so yeah, you can see there are 9 chutes in this room. 4. No, there's more than that, right? Because it's 4, 6, no, 7, 8, 9. 9 chutes, so you go that way. Good place to rest. Okay, so I guess that's kind of hinting at a different bit, huh? So we have a Gyokuto over here, or Raizen, I guess, thing. She is also pure void as her base thing here. So we'll go ahead and just use dark attacks. Yeah, Mima is kind of decent against a lot of the stuff at the start here, and it is possible to catch Mima in the cemetery. It's just a very rare encounter, so it is definitely plausible to have one by now. I'd like to give you a hint of where it is, but I forgot. Wah wah. Okay, so having just seen what we saw in going to Moko here, that suddenly makes a lot more sense now. Because see, the way that we're supposed to go, you count the regular chutes, it's 9, so we go this way again, right? But there's also 6 bamboo stalks here. So if I have this right, yeah, that's how you can tell. I have never actually noticed that. I've always just remembered where they were in terms of like brute forcing it. I've never really actually remembered that at all. So this is a bit that we do after Aente, and that'll be a nice interesting bit to come back to. But yeah, that's actually really interesting. Because yeah, you can see there are no bamboo stalks here. So that yeah, I never noticed that until this. A wasp! Oh my god! Be very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. See, that's what's kind of neat though, is that even now, this is my 3rd playthrough of this game, and I'm still noticing new things in it. So, definitely a very interesting experience, I guess, going back through. Oh, it's really good. It's what happens when a game is good, is you play through it a few times, and you start noticing interesting things that must be in perfect form today, and then it's 12 in this room, and that's it. This place was, like, more than twice as long in the base game. So, really isn't too bad here. Now we're saved! Hooray! Musical note! I don't know what the frowny face there is for, but okay. Fine! I got it. And then Tay's just like, so, how good are you? Nah, say that's pretty suspicious. Uh-huh. Sure. So we have a mini-boss fight versus Lucky Rabbit Tay. So Tay is gonna obviously send out the Tay. And we know how to deal with this one perfectly fine. Although Lost Crisis is super effective, it's a dark attack, so that is gonna hurt. This is the thing about being outsped, right? You kinda get damaged a fair bit. So she has another Tay. We might get knocked out here. No, that bulk investment from the effort value stuff definitely comes in clutch there. We would have died if I didn't reinforce my stats. But I am going to have to switch out against this, but that is not a problem. We'll just put Yomu in. Although Yomu is weak to Bad Moon, so I probably shouldn't have put her in here, but whatever. doesn't do that much damage. And then Spectre Warning is going to be the strongest attack here at 65 as opposed to the 60 base power of Reversal Sword. So, although Reversal Sword doesn't miss, there is no such thing as a Gen 1 miss here, but you know, may as well use it anyway. Because we can. To get another level up. Oh, guess your skill. Look at that shot face. It's like, I guess you're the real deal after all. Go in if you want. Well, technically speaking, you were told to guide us in, Tay, but okay. So Vermilia is the only one that's not at level 26. So, as you would expect, like I've said before, actually, Bluegrass generally indicates alternative puppets in the area. So, in this case, as you would expect, because it is outside of Aante itself, we are going to have Kaguya and Eren here. Somewhat rare encounters. So it can take a bit, and considering I was using both of them in the previous game and previous playthrough, trying to get decent ones here took a fair amount of time. I think I was at to get like a satisfactory pair. I was at this for like, I want to say like 2-3 hours or so total, because just trying to encounter them, then trying to catch them, because you know how long stuff like that takes. Yeah, kind of annoying, but whatever, you know, not the end of the world. So Eren is poison and water in her base form, so weak to wind. And then Kaguya is light in her base form, and so is weak to dark, but is also going to hit us for super effective as well, so probably going to take a decent bit of damage here. And then I'm going to need to heal before fighting in Aante. Nope. Nope, I have no intention of doing that. Alright, so just gotta go ahead and find ourselves a Kaguya. This is the only place that you can get Kaguya, as far as I remember. I don't believe... There might be a post-game place that you get her, actually, because there's a post-game place for quite a lot of puppets, but I don't remember there being one. So, definitely snag Kaguya whilst you're here. Yikes, that did a lot of damage. Now we get Blackout, though. Again, very nice skill to have around. Kaguya in her defense form is one of the... is a slightly more aggressive... I guess, like, Kaguya is basically Blissey, whereas Chansey is mimicked by Orange, as far as, like, character stuff goes. But, yeah, there is definitely a Blissey equivalent there. So, like, really high HP, high special defense, low, very, very low defense. Not quite as low as Blissey, actually, but still very low. Oh, I wasn't actually trying to go in here first, but whoops, whatever. So you're the one I've heard about from the rabbits, So act as the doctor, yeah? I'm going to test you. I'm going to test you by putting my lackey against you, because I'm not going to do it myself. Understood, master. I shall test him with all my might! That freaking face. That's all I can say with it. That freaking face. So, different puppet from what she had in the base game. She has Saren over here, who we know is Void. So we'll easily take her out with that. Raisin herself is resistant to dark, so Feather Shot it is. Again, that does nothing though, and the Chaos Induction. Blech. St. Elmo's is going to be pretty annoying because I do have a held item, so knockoff equivalent does a lot more damage. Yeah, the only one who doesn't have a held item is Sanae. So that's the one who's going to take the least damage from that, pretty much. Dancing Wind should do enough damage here. Oh my goodness! 30% chance to confuse, and it hits confusion every time. Man! Alright, we've got to punch through this, Sanae. Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, Raisin can be kind of annoying, actually, to deal with. Because of this. Like, this is just so BS. My god. Literally getting killed because of confusion hacks. Whatever. Mine is faster because I have invested in speed, and I'm like 3 levels higher. So, and Ringo, again, different puppet to what was in the base game. Right? There was a Tay involved in this fight for sure in the base game, but it missed. 95% accurate is what Apple Bomb is, but it has a higher crit rate, so I guess that kind of makes up for it a bit. And Hornet Split is Bullet Seed. Oh, she gets confused on the multi-hit part of it. Oh, that's actually really good versus Aya then. Because Aya basically does like all multi-hit moves. So, it's just a shame that most Chaos Induction members are weak to the stuff from that. Amazing. Yep. This seems alright. Okay. Mediate a quarrel between our princess and another person. 2 people at the same time using puppets is apparently too much to deal with. Sure. Till then, thank you for your cooperation. So we can't get healed off of that, we get healed by speaking to you. Oh, would you like? Yes, please. And leave it to me. Oh man, good old Sonic Heroes quotes. Alright, so there are a couple of other things to get from this place as well. There are some items to pick up in the area, but apparently I'm just going to go straight to the end without actually remembering that. But it's okay, because we can get them afterwards as well. Boo, 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 boo. So we have an Aaron puppet versus a Kyon puppet here. It's an interesting match. That's in Aaron's favor, really, because water is good against both of Kyon's main attacking things here. I'm going to stop the person with white hair. The arch nemesis of our princess. Yeah, I love the way that's in there. The arch nemesis. So Moko actually has, in the base game, she has like a level 32 puppet. Which is not style changed. You're clearly out of your league here, kiddo. Alright, Moko. Let's do it then. Person of Horai. Okay. So yeah, she has distinctly powerful puppets here compared to what we're potentially used to seeing. Who is best to deal with this then? I mean, I want to put in Alice. I guess Alice has got destruction, so that should still be fine. Because Alice resists the main attack types here. Yeah, so Kyone's got Fake Out as well, which doesn't really matter too much here. I could just go for the Confine, actually, turn 1. Yeah, so she's going to switch out. Probably going to put in herself, yep. Because she's Fire type, which is good against the Steel here. So having Confine put on Moko is pretty good. Just Paralyze before we go in. So now I can go to Sanae without too many issues here. Because Sanae does resist fire. She's probably going to Fire Wall, right? So that is the fire version of Knockoff here. That does so much damage for being resisted, Jesus. But it doesn't matter. So she's going to switch out again.
Send in Sumireko, another character she didn't have in the original game, of course, because Sumireko is not in the base game. That didn't do as much as I was hoping. I don't even remember what base Sumireko's types are. I don't think she's warped. She might just be Dream. If she is warped, then that actually hits a lot of my puppets effectively, and it's not great. I guess I'm gonna put Remelia in here. I know one of her styles goes to Steel type. Oh, she does have a warped attack, okay. Oh god, that crit though. Okay, that hurt, but it's fine. So she's gonna switch out again, gonna send in Kyon. Blackout is still gonna do quite a lot of damage here. Yeah, that's respectable, and it gets the Darken, the Blind, which is good because that halves her physical attack here. So same thing again, we'll go Alice. Oh, Warped is her main typing, okay. Because I knew she was going to fake out, so there's no reason to stay in there. And we do know that like Moko's going to come in here again, right? But I think we just get some damage off here. So the main problem with Moko is that firewall, because that's going to do so much damage to like everything I have here, pretty much. And the problem is we are getting worn down with Sanai here, so we can only really switch in once more to that. But she's going to stay in this time, so that's fine. Alright, so that just takes out the main threat here. So Sumireko in, I can afford to sack Sanai this time. But I don't have to. So the problem is Warped actually hits everybody super effective except Mima and Remelia is neutral because Dark is resistant to it. So like, Warped is not something I was really expecting to fight with normal styles, or like not prepared for per se, but we can go into Mima here. Mima shouldn't take too much from Trickster because it's a quick attack level, so yeah. Oh, that crit again though. Does she have an ability for that? I don't remember. But yeah, if she is Void here, then she'll be weak to Dark. So yeah, can easily get the super effective. And then the only one that is left is Kyon. Kyon will fake out on this turn 1, which will be kind of annoying. But then we should hopefully be able to get Bloody Storm off. And well, no, Bloody Storm shouldn't actually kill her because she's not light type. But we can take her out with that instead. So yeah, kind of, and still a pretty tricky fight if you've not grinded at all. But if you have a style puppet here, then this will probably be no problem. Ah, what a clean loss. Yeah, you didn't really do that much. Screw this! I'm out of here. Apparently I was rampant, yeah. Sure. Yeah, we can do that. It's like, hey Moko, get your butt back here. It's like, nope. I'm gonna scold you now. Like, oh! Finally, it's over. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, you can give us that doll. That'd be pretty nice. Done using it anyway. Yep. So now we can use our cut. Uh-huh. Useful for getting past any problematic shrubbery that blocks your path. Uh-huh. Yes, it is. Gonna clean up this mess. About to go on the journey. We're going to, it's time for adventure! Yeah, that is the next destination. Indeed. But we have some stuff to explore in here first. So we're gonna go ahead, see about, there are definitely some items to get here. Get a full heal off of that. Yeah, I wonder, can we cut trees now that we have a wood cutting doll? So get that. We also get Fluorite. If you're using Field Barrier, Field Protect, this is your light clay for the game. It will extend the duration of those skills. And then we get a Sweet Bun. That is 100 HP heal. Moo Moo Milk, pretty good. Costs 700 to get in this game, so it's not quite Moo Moo Milk in terms of cost, but it's pretty effective nonetheless. Bunny! How'd you get lost in the bamboo forest? Oh, this is... okay. So that's your... See, this is why we play the translation. Because I would not have been able to get this little text hidden. Right? I miscounted bamboo shoots and sprouts, and it led to some weird places. So if you've already worked out the bamboo shoot thing, then... knowing about the sprouts as well. There's a creepy, gloomy shed. What the hell is up with it? Yeah, so that is your actual indication to find the secret areas that are in the forest. That's really cool, actually. Oh, hi, Tay. Have to clean up all this mess? I don't wanna. Okay. You can take everything to Kyon passageway. It's in a dream world, and well, it's useless information for you. You can use the bed. Alright, so now we get to use the bed. So I guess that's also kind of foreshadowing some of the stuff we get here too. I haven't actually looked at the puppets for a little bit, so we'll go ahead and show some of those off, because we didn't even look at the Fairies of Light here either. So, yeah, kind of fine. Sunny has a Swift Swim ability in one of her styles. All three of the fairies have a style where they set up the aurora weather when they come in. So they basically have like drought as one of the things. Luna is not a sound type in her base form. It's kind of weird. One of her style two of her style changes put her as a sound type, but she's not actually sound in her base form. Why? I have no idea. Star there is pretty terrible. So Ellie's big thing is that her power style has got recoil offset, so she doesn't take damage from recoil moves. And that was incredibly powerful because she has 120 base power stabs and sword stance or shift gears actually is the other one that she has, so very, very powerful. I think she has sword stance anyway. I know she's got shift gear and she has priority too, as you saw she used overtake strike against us. But she gets completely gutted by the warp type that's in this game. Compared to the expansion. That's actually not a terrible Kurumi. Nitari, yeah, water steel in her base form, water electric when you go speed style. Nature electric in extra is actually an interesting one. And then that's pretty good offensively, which is not bad for the defense Marizo, because defense Marizo actually can do either type of attacking. I think she's slightly better at focus, but she can do either of them. And Kagero, 2 S's. That's about as good as you can say, but that'd be a good start for reincarnating, if I didn't already have like everything set. Hate Incarnate in the base game was 95, I think it was 9, is it 90 or 95? I want to say it was 95 base power or more. It's slight aftermath, except it doesn't do it on contact, it does it via base power. But now it is a lot more likely that almost every single attack that you'll ever see is at least 70 base power, usually much more than 70. So you will basically always get it to trigger, unless you're against like an Ire or something that multi-hits you. But it's still not that great of an ability when compared to the other stuff you can get, I don't think. Tay is decidedly average. Heck yeah. Yeah, I believe it does. We would maybe want to test it, but I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, Bad Medicine is your... Oh, Bad Medicine also ignores Poison Labyrinth. That I did not know.
Somebody want to look up that ability actually and see if there's any non-poison types that get the bad medicine? Because I think maybe Wriggle might get it, but I think it's Assist Wriggle, which is already poison as well. Because poison types already ignore Poison Labyrinth. Poison Labyrinth is extra medicine's ability that traps in puppets that aren't poison type. So I'd be curious to see if there are any others that aren't poison type that get this ability, because otherwise that ignores Poison Labyrinth, but it's kind of pointless. The other ability that Kaguya can get is Flaming Garment, which is a 30% chance to burn when you damage the puppet, which is pretty good. And then we've already seen the rest. Oh, it doesn't get it anymore? Oh, that's a shame. So then, the last thing to do for just now then... Everything that gets it is poison? Oh, that's a shame. So if you want to just leave the forest, you can speak to this bunny here, and you'll get brought out. But that's not what we're here to do. So yeah, you take a wrong path, you go back to the very start of this. If you want to exit the place, you just go to the left. But we know that there are other places to go at this point, right? So the first one, we can see if Moko is back here. I don't think she is yet. No, she doesn't reappear yet. We have to come back after doing some other stuff. She might be there before SDM, but I don't remember. But yeah, we now know of this bit to go in. We have cut, so we can go through here. And rumors about that shack. All of the dreams that you normally see will turn into nightmares. Apparently it's not that easy to force yourself into a dream. So that is like foreshadowing a little bit of what will happen later on. But for now, there are a couple of different puppets here, I think. Or there might just be one now. You. I don't remember if anybody else shows up here, because I think they've all been moved into the place itself. Into the shack, pretty much. Oh, I forgot she gets that. So she has Endure, which is really annoying. But she's not going to use it. Good. Yep, it's Raisin's twin, Raisin! I mean, I still prefer Gyokuto, but I understand why they've done that. Also, Spell card Bibby Burns, skill card 69. This squall, it is Whirlwind. Forces the opponent to switch out, and ends the battle against the Wild Puppet at -6 priority. Oh, you do show up here, okay. But you also show up inside, so that doesn't really matter. I'm not too worried about you and Sarah in here. But, I mean, I'm gonna take her out just now anyway, but, like, I'm not too worried about actually finding them here. But, you come in, and, well, you can heal, if you want. Or, if you have one of these, the Butterfly Dream Pill, then you can actually go ahead and use that to go somewhere entirely different. So for those who have not played Touhou 15, this will look incredibly weird, but this is the, I guess, Kyon passageway that Raisin was talking about. You actually see this if you have played the base game and have a completed save file at the start. You see a tiny bit of this area. So you see the moon there. Yep, this is the passageway between the Earth and the moon. And there are separate puppets to get here as well, so your Touhou 15 cast are all in this area.
They're not all outside, but we'll get to that. Oh, she didn't die from that. That's interesting. So there are, what, 4 puppets on the outside here? We'll go through that doorway in a little bit. But there's Doremi is the most common, and then there's 3 others from Toho 15 here as well. I don't think I'm going to find all of them, because 2 of them are incredibly rare. Like, very, very rare here. Should be fairly obvious which 2 are the rares in this bit, right? Oh man, we actually found one of them though. Good old Hikasia coming in at like a 3% encounter rate here. Become frightened. What is she? Is she void type or something? I actually don't remember what her base form is. But it has to be, right? If she's doing that. Invisible Heart's an illusion move. Yeah, she's void type. Yeah, so Hikasia is like the flounder of this place. Literally 3% encounter rate from what I was told before. It's like, ugh, please. But that's okay, because we've got that one. So obviously Junko is the other one that is rare in this place. And then somewhat in the middle is good old Clown Piece. So we've got Clown Piece here. Clown Piece is fire and illusion in her base form. One of her styles is her styles are all fire type actually. She's got Fire Illusion, Fire Light, and Fire Warped as her styles, which is pretty cool. So there's that. So now it's just Junko to find here. Oh, it's just fire in base? Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, speed is illusion, defense is light, and extra is warped. So, I mean, maybe we'll end up finding Junko here before too long. It would be nice. I know I don't need to get them necessarily, but it would be nice to show. There we go. It'd be nice to show basically all of them as we go along. So Junko is light and warped, I believe, in her base form. I'm running out of contract threads too. That's kind of a problem. Time Screw. It's a warped attack, so I think it's like one of the never miss ones. Junko is very powerful as far as her base stat total. Like, Junko and Hikasia are the second highest base stat totals in the game, if you don't count, like, you know, the obvious Slacking and Regigigas ones. 590 base stat total those two have. Very, very powerful. Only Shinki has got a higher total than that. Alright, so now that we've got everything on the outside here... Aren't you flesh and blood? Ah, that's not right. It's that human from before. She already knows this here, huh? Surely leads you to insanity. Okay. So yeah, we have to fight Doremi first. Ruler of Dreams. So she has a Sagame. Sagame is poison type. So she should be weak to wind here. Apparently doesn't have anything good to use against us here, so oh well. Her loss. But she's level 26, so you can see we're getting a little bit serious here. and she has herself, and she... I don't remember exactly what type she is. No, she's just Dream type
as her in her base form. One of her styles is also just Dream type, which is kind of interesting.
So yeah, you have no type interaction whatsoever with Doremi. Don't feel like sleeping, huh? A maddening dream that no ordinary person can remain in for too long. Yep, absolutely. There's one thing I want in there. Okay, so... I mean, it's understandable, but this place is really, really annoying because of this one restriction here. So, welcome to the Safari Zone. Except it's a Safari Zone that you can get thrown out of at any point if you get spotted by anyone. And you can see how sporadic the movement is here. So this is an item that was either like mistranslated and we didn't understand it, or it just doesn't actually work. If the puppet only knows 3 skills, the damage received will be reduced. I don't know if it was like a mistranslation and it was damage increased or something that we thought it was, that it was supposed to be, but that is something that we had inconclusive results for before, and I would definitely want to test that now. If I'll have a look through my stuff again and see. It's the Iron Will ribbon. It said... I don't remember if it said in the past that it was damage increased or reduced. Well, Mima's in the cemetery, but it's like a 5% encounter rate, so good luck. Yeah, so this is what happens if you get caught. I have a bad feeling about you. So we get caught up. These are foes that you can never win against. That's kind of the point. Apparently. Apparently we can never win against them. So here is the problem. Well, one of the many problems of this place. If you have the base game and you haven't started the expansion yet, I highly recommend getting a bunch of Toyohime and Yorihime before you actually go into the expansion here. The reason being, this is where they are, and they are rare encounters. They're like 5% encounter rate or something each, and it is really, really annoying to actually find them here. So I am gonna make no promises. I am not finding them right here at the moment. Like, that just isn't happening unless like I happen to catch them on the way through, because there isn't another item in here that I want. So unless I happen to catch them on the way through, we are not finding them here. Also, I'm gonna just speak to you because I can. What business does a human have here? It's not a good place for you to be in. Alright. I just wanted to speak to her. So yeah, there is a thing here. You can't just go straight up because this bunny will never change direction. So you have to actually go like up and around here in order to get the item that I'm interested in. Can I go up this one again? No, because you're there. Why here? I mean, no shit, it's annoying. Yeah, that's kind of the whole point here. Alright. Oh, come on. See, this is the problem. Is that but they're so sporadic in their movement that like trying to stealth this is really, really annoying. Like, look how fast that turned around. That was completely unreasonable to try and go past her. Oh yeah, she's here as well. Okay.
Yeah, so basically all three of the bunnies, the Luna bunnies are here. So there's that. But then you also have the ones like this one that kind of just walk in really weird ways. And then you can't even go up this way because Sagame stops you. Ha, human. Uh-huh. And you just get chucked out. And where we need to go is up and to the left here to get the other item. Hey, we actually found Sagame though, so that's good. Contract for this one for sure. Oh, you son of a bitch. She just... yeah, like, fuck you. So, yeah, that can happen as well. You know, just in case this place wasn't annoying enough to try and catch the stuff, you can just get whirlwinded out. Oh, whoops, I'm stupid. Hey, that's actually Gyokuto there, right? Or is it? Because that looks like it was... because aren't all the other ones like completely different here? Yeah, that is Kyoto. Dream? I don't really understand, but you should leave. Uh-huh. I just wanted to see the actual test, because I was like, yeah, that's actually the unique bunny. Oh, that's not a good place to get caught in. I mean, I've gotta seal it here. Purple smog, could poison, I think. It's fine. So this should. Oh, she's got phase. Yeah, she's got phase inversion too. As it says, invert stat changes. It's on +1 priority, so it's a +1 topsy turvy. So very, very powerful. And phase inversion was one of the reasons why Oku, like Speed Oku, was one of the strongest was basically the strongest puppet in pace. Because she actually got that skill and was very powerful in her own right, so she could easily like clean as well as... Did she just... No, she didn't despawn, she went all the way over there. Okay. So, the only two puppets left up here are Toyohime and Yorihime, and I'm just gonna say it now, there is no hope in hell that we're actually catching those two. Because again, they're like 5% encounter rate. She didn't see me! Okay, I'm not going to complain, because this is what I want. We literally come up here and steal their sake. You know? So the item itself lets you decrease wild encounters. It's the... it's not the cleanse tag? Is it? Actually, no, yeah, cleanse tag is the one. It's not a full-on repel. Yeah, it's the cleanse tag. It's not a full-on repel, but it does lower the rate of encounters if you have it on your active. So that's pretty cool. And then if you try and go any further up, well, Yorihime's over here. It's you, the so-called halfling intruder. Uh-huh. In any case, to come here with your filth is inexcusable. Dang! Ouch! Yeah. So we'll go like one more round to dig out. I really do like the music here though, at least. But my god, is it like so bad to try and get the puppets here. But this
like one last thing to show effectively like how bad it is to try and get Yorihime and Toyohime in the expansion here. There is an item later on that you can get, so Yorihime shows up this time, of course, just to show me up, right? There is an item that you get later on that increases encounter rate, but you can see like how few encounters we're getting at the moment, right? We're not getting very many to show up by moving through this place. And well, that's kind of important, because you'll see how quickly we get thrown out of here by Doremi. I have had runs, many runs of this trying to catch these two, where I have been in here and gotten 2 encounters in the wild, and then been told to get the hell out. Because this happens, where you just run for ages and you don't encounter anything. Yep, can't allow it to stay any longer, and that's that. This is why it's so obnoxious to try and actually catch Toyo and Yori in the expansion, because this is the only place in the game that you can get them. I'm pretty sure not even post-game can you get them elsewhere. This is the only place in the game you can get them. And look at this, we've run around so much of this, we haven't even had a single encounter this run yet. It's actually ridiculous. And they're on like 5% encounter rates each. So honestly, they might well be the most annoying puppets to find in the entire game because of this. Yeah, and there's no way that you can force an encounter. You have to, like, there is a hold item later on, the bell hairpin, that can increase stuff here. Okay, so I don't think they're the, like, okay, so rarest and most annoying are 2 different things here. These 2, I think, are the most annoying puppets, but they're not the rarest encounters. The rarest encounters are stuff like Flandra, like Hekasha, Sariel, I think, is on that list as well. Shinki, most likely, where they're like 3% encounter rates. But none of those have this restriction on them, where you have to keep going in and out every time, and it's so annoying to do. And if you accidentally get, like, you know, somebody just spin turns into you, and you get caught by that, then it's a whole lot of trouble for that. I mean, again, we haven't gotten a single encounter in this one yet. So, yeah, this definitely is exactly why I'm like, these 2 are the most annoying to find. Like, at all. Because, my god, you don't get enough encounters in here. Like, you get more encounters in grass and in caves and stuff. You don't get enough encounters in here. They are too rare for that. And you get kicked out all the time from here. So it's like, there's a lot of downtime to it as well. Yeah, we got 2 encounters in that run. 2 encounters the entire run there, and then we got dragged out. That is why I am not finding Toyohime in the main run here. I obviously have plenty of Toyohime that I will get from post game. So yeah, just, you've seen Yorihime from there. Obviously Toyohime is a character in there. Take my word for it that Toyo is in that place, and just, yeah, just go with it. If you find one, great, catch it. You know, do everything with it. Extra Toyo is really good, so definitely get it if you can. But I am not wasting any more time going for it there. You've seen Yorihime, you know that it's there, basically.
So that is that. Anyway, I have just one final thing to do here. I mean, we don't have anything to do in this bit, but one final thing to do before I go and get some food. And that is to go back to the village, right? Because we've taken care of business in the bamboo forest, so we have to leave now, right? Kind of surprised everybody's at level 28 here. That's kind of interesting to think about. I might want to go back to Ante first, though. If you want to come back later on, like, you only have one shot initially, but you will be able to buy the butterfly dream pills later on. So you can go back in the future, but right now we are locked out of that place until later on. So the puppets we did find, can show those off real quick. So we start with you. Your common senseless is actually what Sanai I think has on right now as well. Ignores type immunities. So I could have actually hit Sumireko with Westerlies instead because of this, but I didn't really need to, so it's fine. In Sync is a good ability. It's a type nullifier. So you come in on a warped attack, you get your status conditions healed, and you just null the damage, which is really good. Yep, Doremi, pure dream type, no type interactions at the start here. One of his styles keeps that, the extra style I believe, and then she has defense. Doremi is one of the two like most common puppets, or at least it was the last time I was able to check usage stats. I actually can't check them myself because of the light filters that are on the internet here, which is really weird. It's a blocked site for some reason, because it's Japanese, I guess. That's the only explanation I've got. Yeah, Acacia, whoa, that's a really weird one. Okay. She has very, very odd styles. So, yep. And then Chaos Induction. 2 S's here as well is pretty cool. That's not the worst I've ever seen. But yeah, 2 S's, really nice. And then, yeah, a couple of decent stats to that, but light and warped, as I said. You've actually got a couple of decent stats as well, funnily enough. All defensive ones. She does have a defense style, so I guess that kind of works. And then Sagame, yeah, pure poison. That's solid. She has a physical attacking style, so yeah, if I was actually using like puppets that I caught here, that would be a pretty solid one to look at. And then Yorihime, very average here. Below average even, really. Yep, Steel and Light though, kind of an interesting typing, but that's about it. Alright, so we have one more thing to do here, and that is to leave the forest. So you could take the bunny, or you can just like get the thing wrong and then go here. But surprise! It's Marissa! I've been hearing all kinds of things about you lately. Huh? Yep. We did indeed. Asked to go on an errand. Yep. Musical notes! I challenge you! Alright. Now, come at me! So, yep, we have Marissa's song here. So, rival fight number 3, technically? Because, like, the initial one at level 5, and then Reimu is kind of a rival fight, and now we have this one. So, this will be neutral damage, Seinamo's fire. Doesn't do that much, but it's fine. She does less to me back, so it's all good. So we have Metal Needle, that still kinda hurts, but whatever. We can take it. So now she's gonna send herself out. Marissa herself is dark and light, so she is actually weak to illusion if I get a shot off, but she's a bit too fast. Fate Jewel is Thief, but it is illusion. Oh my goodness, I survived it though. Whoa, live by 1 HP. Raisin, you beast, take her down. Alright, good stuff. And yeah, that definitely helps. Then normal Patchouli is void type, so weak to dark. And I'm actually going to keep Raisin alive here because she'll get more experience. So Flare, fire type attack, 70 base power, 90 accuracy, like 10% chance of burn. Pretty decent because the defense Patchouli doesn't get another like attack to hit nature types. Other than Gigantic, which is not quite as powerful and a bit less accurate. And easy to wear out too, actually, with only 5 SP. So yeah, that 1 HP survival. If I didn't give that last point to focus, to just like HP, then I would have died and it would have been a thing. Phew, that was rough. Well, too bad. We got pretty strong. Where are we going now? To the SDM. Yep, it's like, why are you going there? Yep, Alice kinda told us to. Going to get much stronger, you better plan on doing the same. Yep. Also, she pulls a Gary from Fire Red, Leaf Green here. You go see her in the class before you go to the mansion. Okay. Sure. I'm going. This time I'm really going. Yeah. Alright. And so that is that. Now I think you might be able to, like, I think Slow was saying at this point you can trigger the refight, so the fight with Moko again. I might hold out on that though, because I think she's a little bit stronger than I am at the moment. We're very, very close to the style changes at this point. So I think if when I get the style change puppet stuff, I'll go back. Because you can also fight Kaguya too. Oh, she isn't? Okay. Maybe she does come back with the SDM then. I don't know. It's kind of a weird sort of progression point. But anyway, for now that is gonna do it. I might actually come back on in a little bit, but I want to get food. So, yeah, we're gonna do that. So, thank you very much for watching. Apologies for the slight down point in the frame drop stuff in the middle, but worked out. It was pretty solid, other than that one bit. So. That's fine. That's usually the way it goes with this internet. But yeah, if I'm on later on today, then that's great. If not, I'll be on tomorrow probably with more of this. So enjoy that, and I will talk to you lovely people later. Toodles, as the mistress would say.